Hello friends, Canada's ecosystems are under significant threat from the dual impact of wild emerald ash bees and invasive feral pigs. These destructive forces are causing massive damage to forest and farmlands, disrupting the natural balance and posing serious environmental challenges. In this video, we delve into the creative and determined efforts of Canadian farmers as they tackle the feral pig threat head-on. Wild boar reproduction begins with a relatively short gestation period of just 3.5 months, after which a sow can give birth to as many as 8 piglets. In their early life, these piglets quickly become active, walking and foraging for. They start by eating plants, digging up roots, and consuming insects, which significantly disturbs the local vegetation. This activity can have severe environmental impacts, particularly around water bodies. As they dig and forage near lake shores, they not only disturb the soil, but also contaminate the water sources. Their search for larvae and worms further exacerbates the problem, leading to more extensive ecological disruption. Farmers have developed a strategic response to the wild boar invasion by first determining the size and activities of the boar herds. This crucial step allows them to prepare effective traps, a process that demands both technique and experience due to the wild boar's heightened sensitivity and alertness to potential dangers. The trapping process involves attracting the boars with grain, a tempting bait that lures them into the traps. However, capturing these animals is not straightforward, as their behavior in the traps can be unpredictable and challenging. Wild boars often react with fear and aggression, attempting to escape, which makes the task of controlling their population both complex and demanding. To control the burgeoning wild boar population, innovative measures are being employed, including the use of natural predators. One such strategy involves equipping a tiger with GPS to track and hunt wild boars, capitalizing on the tiger's natural hunting prowess. This method, alongside the involvement of black bears, demonstrates significant effectiveness in curbing the wild boar numbers due to their inherent strength and predatory skills. It is important to acknowledge that cage traps are not a perfect solution and come with certain limitations. Installing, monitoring, and maintaining these traps demand significant time and effort. Australia faces a significant challenge with approximately 3,400 invasive animal species, impacting its diverse ecosystems. Among these, the dingo dog stands out as one of the most prominent and problematic invasive species. Initially brought to Australia as a hunting companion, dingoes have since become a major threat, causing extensive damage to agriculture and the natural environment. The economic impact of dingo dogs on Australian livestock farming, particularly sheep farming, is significant, with annual damage costs estimated at $60 million. This substantial financial burden arises primarily from the dingo's predation on sheep, driven by their natural hunting instincts and adaptations to their environment. The sharp canines and swift movements of dingoes make them highly effective predators, causing substantial losses for livestock farmers. As a result, managing and mitigating the adverse effects of dingo predation is crucial for protecting the economic interests of sheep farmers and maintaining the stability of the livestock industry in Australia. Known for their hunting behavior and speed, dingoes have become adept at chasing and capturing kangaroos, leading to a noticeable decline in their numbers. This reduction disrupts the ecosystem balance, as kangaroos play a crucial role in controlling the growth of various plant species. Consequently, the sudden decline in kangaroo populations can lead to environmental degradation and a scarcity of food sources for other animals. Implementing legal and humane hunting methods is essential to manage their numbers responsibly, ensuring that practices adhere to established wildlife regulations. Such measures not only aim to reduce the economic burden on farmers and the government, but also maintain ecological balance. Alternative control methods for managing dingo populations include the use of traps, particularly water traps, which offer significant advantages over traditional hunting equipment. Water traps are designed to grip the dingo's legs as they enter, preventing escape and allowing for humane capture. These traps are highly effective as they immobilize the animal without the need for lethal force, thereby minimizing harm to both dingoes and other wildlife. Welcome to our important mission to control feral swine to reduce crop damage for farmers in the United States and Canada. Skilled hunters are allowed to use guns for this task, so it's important to follow the laws set forth by your country and state. The economic impact of wild boars on agriculture is significant, as evidenced by USDA data on corn yield in 2022. Wild boars inflict considerable damage on crops, with an estimated 10 of corn crops being ravaged each. This damage results in substantial financial losses, amounting to approximately $5.01 million annually in the United States and around $3.01 million in Canada. These losses highlight the critical need for effective management and control strategies to mitigate the detrimental effects of wild boar populations on the agricultural sector in both countries. European wild boars Crofa are remarkable animals known for their significant size and weight, ranging from 1.2 to 2.1 meters in length and 60 to 95 centimeters in shoulder height, with an average weight between 50 to 200 kilograms. However, some individuals can weigh over 300 kilograms, depending on environmental conditions and nutrition. Their coarse, thick fur varies in color, from shades of brown and black to mixed hues.
Hey bud, what you got?
Wild boars are commonly found in marshes, water holes, and along riverbanks. These habitats not only sustain their dietary needs, but also create favorable conditions for breeding and caring for their young, ensuring the continued growth of their population.
Hey, what you got, bud?
Before the hunting season begins, farmers work closely with hunters to identify and locate the layers where wild boars are most active. This strategic approach allows hunters to target specific areas, thereby reducing the overall impact on crops by focusing on these hotspots. Hunters can effectively manage wild boar numbers, protecting valuable agricultural land from extensive damage. Hunting strategies for managing wild boar populations often focus on the selective hunting of young wild boars, which provides several benefits. One key advantage is the tenderness and flavor of the meat from younger animals, making it a preferred choice for hunters and consumers alike. Today, let's learn about the wild boar epidemic taking place in the U.S., especially in the state of Georgia. There are an estimated 500,000 animals across the state. Their distribution is concentrated mainly in areas with dense forest and swamp terrain, which provide ideal conditions for them to live and grow. Dodge and Telfair counties have the highest population of feral hogs, where their ideal habitat is made up of large agricultural areas and virgin forest. In these areas, wild boars not only severely reduce agricultural productivity by destroying crops, but they also threaten biodiversity. Wild boars compete for food and living space, disrupting the natural ecological balance and negatively affecting other native animals. In Peach County, Georgia, one farm reported that feral hogs damaged more than 50% of their watermelon crop, resulting in a loss of approximately $30,000 in one season. At the same time, in Mitchell District, another case said that wild boars destroyed nearly 50% of the corn growing area in just one night, causing a decrease in productivity and product quality, causing this farmer to suffer losses of up to $40,000. These incidents are just two of many reported each year in Georgia, demonstrating the severity of this problem. Faced with the challenges that wild boars once presented, Georgia hunters used helicopters combined with guns to fight this threat. Now, let's learn how these hunters used helicopters to hunt wild boar, and the effects this method had on controlling the local wild boar population. Helicopters are an important tool in wildlife management, especially for PS species such as wild boars. The use of helicopters in hunting and controlling wild boars is done through equipping support vehicles such as machine guns or specialized sniper equipment. These types of guns help hunters have the most accurate shots, causing wild boars to fall on the spot. The effectiveness of these guns not only ensures minimal suffering to animals, but also helps limit the number of wild boars injured and running amok, thereby reducing the risk of causing safety issues for animals, people, and surroundings. The appropriate and effective use of weapons is also an important factor in implementing responsible and sustainable wild boar population management measures. The versatility and ability to access difficult areas that the helicopter provides make it an effective choice for these missions, allowing hunting teams to quickly and safely reach areas with high wild boar density. In addition, helicopters also support monitoring the movements and behavior of wild boars from above, contributing to improving the effectiveness of wildlife management campaigns. Or at Gumlog Plantation, with about 2,000 acres of land, pilots and hunters on helicopters can easily locate pigs from the air, track their movements, and approach without being caught, obstructing terrain factors. deploying helicopters in wildlife control operations provides a superior advantage in quickly accessing large areas and difficult terrain, such as forest. Ability is essential to be able to react quickly in emergencies, to minimize the damage that wild boars can cause to both the farm and the surrounding ecosystem. Besides that, hunting feral pigs by helicopter in Georgia also has significant challenges, specifically costs, environmental impacts, and legal issues. Hunting with a helicopter requires large financial resources. Helicopter rental costs can reach thousands of dollars per hour, not including costs for pilots and environmentally, this activity can cause many negative impacts. Helicopter noise can disturb wildlife and affect non-target animals. In addition, removing wild boars from the air can result in leaving animal carcasses behind, polluting the environment, and attracting other predators, potentially risking ecological imbalance. In animal pest research and management, the disposal of wild boar carcasses after extermination is an important issue to prevent the spread of diseases and reduce negative impacts on the environment. These approaches require careful environmental, economic, and public health considerations. Choosing the right method depends on factors such as the number of wild boars to be treated, financial resources, and the severity of the disease threat they pose. So what do you think about using helicopters to reduce wild boar problems? Please give your opinion below the video. Thank you for accompanying us until the end. See you in the next videos.